Hello and welcome everyone to Dave Cooper Live, where we bring you the people, the products, and the process, helping us all to build it better. And today it is an honor to bring you someone I have personally known for a very long time, going back to my days as a residential home builder in Northeast using modular construction. And did you know today's guest is also a graduate of the United States military at West Point, where the words duty, honor, country are more than just words. It is the foundation of everything you live, eat, breathe, and build. So please welcome today Jerome Smalley, Chief Executive Officer and co-founder at Blueprint Robotics. With the recent news of their Northeast expansion and how they plan to drive mass timber construction with a new location in Connecticut, how is this timber frame company driving sustainable construction and sustainable growth? Bring your questions, bring your comments, your congratulations, and more to this conversation. But before we get into it, we got to thank our sponsors. So here's a word about them. Stream Modular, the only logistics company you need to transport your mods, pods, and panels. Our friends at Stream Modular are investing $50 million over the next 25 years to build the technology, solutions, and trailers needed to handle and transport the projects of today and meet the demands of tomorrow. Reach out to their team at streammodular.com to discuss your next project. CombiLift is the largest global manufacturer of multi-directional forklifts and straddle carriers, a leader in long load handling solutions, offering a free warehouse and site optimization design service. CombiLift helps companies of all sizes and from every industry maximize the capacity, safety, and efficiency of their warehouse and storage facilities. A big thank you to Paul Short and the team at CombiLift for helping us all to build it better. Visit them at combilift.com. Brave Control Solutions, where offsite manufacturing systems that do more than just improve productivity. They have a unique approach to industrialized construction, a lineup of flexible automation systems specifically designed for the construction industry, empowered by CAD to Fab, and turnkey solutions for 3D volumetric assembly, structural insulated panels, finished wall assemblies, MEP component processing, assembly, kitting, and storage. Learn more at thinkbrave.com. All right. Thank you again to all of our sponsors. We cannot bring you all these informative and innovative conversations without all of their help. So please go check them out and say thank you for supporting what we do here on Dave Cooper Live. All right. Without further ado, let's bring in Jerry Smalley. Jerry, how are you today, my friend?
Good, Dave. And you?
Man, I'm doing excellent. You know, it's been a long time coming that I've been trying to have you on the show, and you've been working on all kinds of big things. So I have to say, Jerry, it truly is an honor to have you on this show today. So I'm super excited about it. Thank you.
You're very kind. Thank you.
So, Jerry, we've known each other for years and years and years. I mean, going back, you've been in this industry, what, 15, 20 plus years yourself, from modular and panel and everything else. Is that accurate?
That's correct.
And that's how we got to know each other in the past. And I have just been able to watch you expand and grow and what you've done with Blueprint Robotics. So before we get into everything today, and before I really dive into what Jerry's all about with this new facility coming up, we want to know everything about you from the moment you were born to this very moment in time, Jerry. Don't leave out any of the good stuff from the hospital, or we will call a family member, and it could get quite embarrassing. However, you only got 2 minutes to do it, and then we'll hop into what you do at Blueprint. Go for it.
Okay. Well, I was raised in Central Ohio. As you noted, I made my way to the East Coast to go to school at West Point. That was a life-changing experience. Upon graduation, I left for Europe, Germany in particular, to serve in the Corps of Engineers. I had the privilege of a terrific experience there. Got to build a lot of funny things, and ultimately was recruited out of the Army after serving in the South Pacific on a toll called Inawitak, which that's a separate story. But in any event, got recruited out of the Army to join a fabulous company in Columbia, Maryland called the Rouse Company. Rouse was a leading retail and land development developer in the country, publicly traded. Joined there as the lowliest project manager on the planet, and was able to make my way to vice chairman right before the company was sold. Following the Rouse Company experience, took a year to sail myself crazy. And totally enjoyed that, but then decided I needed to really go do something, and found my way to a company called Haven Homes. I was investing with a private equity firm that had just recently purchased it. Had the privilege of running that company for about 4.5 years, but my timing was exquisite. I took it over in 2007, so that was a rough ride. Following that, my daughter is a developer. I helped her in her business, and then ultimately made my way to, was asked with one of the other co-founders of Blueprint to take a look at this idea he had. We put our heads together, wrote a business plan, raised the equity, and started the company.
And here we are. And right now you are sitting at the Blueprint Robotics facility, correct?
That's correct. That's not a backdrop behind me. That's actually the plant.
Yeah, well, I love it. So Blueprint Robotics, can you give us a breakdown of what it really does and what you guys are producing out of there?
So we're an offsite technologically enabled business building solution. We bring the entire wood frame. We as well bring the complete MEP suite to our customers, who principally focused on, almost completely focused, I should say, on the multifamily sector. Our customers are developers, owners of multifamily portfolios. We often contract with their general contractor, but the proposition, the value proposition, inures to the benefit of the multifamily owner developer. I think when those people are thinking, the leaders in that sector, when they're thinking about the current regulatory environment, which is more demanding, I think for all the right reasons, we need to build better buildings. I think when they take a look at the concerns for quality in the industry, when they take a look at the amount of waste in the wood framed industry, and finally when they take a look at and recognize their concerns for the depth and quality of our trade workforce, they're looking for a new solution, and they come to Blueprint as a potential solution. As they examine it, they understand a value proposition that's going to give them greater cost certainty, we're going to give them a quality that they can't otherwise achieve, and that we're more sustainable, and finally we're going to do it faster. And so that resonates well with them, and that's what has allowed us to build our backlog for 23, where we have each day spoken for, each production day spoken for.
Sure. So you use a lot of technology, robotics. You were one of the first ones in the industry doing it. Tell us, are you producing floors, walls, and roofs and stairs? Tell us exactly what you produce.
We bring the entire wood frame. So we're producing the exterior walls, and we're including in that wall, we're putting the exterior windows and doors. We're putting the sheathing on that wall. We're putting the WRB on that wall. We're building the floor cassettes. We use an open web joist, but we build them in cassettes, and then we bring in all of the interior walls, and we bring the roof structure. So and then along with that, we're bringing the entire MEP suite. So we are the project's electrician, plumber, HVAC guy, and fire protection person. We're doing that both for the wood frame, but we are agnostic as to type of foundation. So if we're on a podium, we're going to bring that MEP suite below the podium as well, so that our customer never finds themselves in a position where they have two plumbers or two electricians, et cetera.
Wow, that's great. So when the MEP, so you're actually building into the paneled walls, the MEP solutions, or is it all pulled and wired on site?
No. We do as much of the rough-in as we can at the moment in the walls and floor systems before we deliver them and install them on our customer's foundation.
That is awesome. And you said that you also manage that entire package on site. So when you do you deliver and put together your entire product?
We're responsible to our customers for the complete assembly of the structure and the interconnection of the MEP systems. To the point that we actually, because we're the plumber, we're going to go to the job site while our customer is building their foundation and do the groundworks. And then we're going to come back at the end of the job after our customer has installed their finishes and trim the mechanical, electrical, and commission those systems.
You know, I think it's great, Jerry. I mean, I think this is how it should be done, you know, as opposed to the old school handoffs that we used to see in the modular world. And there was always, you know, problems and headaches. I love the fact that you're taking control of the building envelope, the structure itself, as well as the MEPs. So that's amazing. Who is your customer right now?
So our customers, as I noted, tend to be owners and operators of multifamily portfolios. So, you know, today we have two projects going on. Actually, they're just commencing with Domus in Philadelphia. We built a multifamily building for TN Ward in Philadelphia as well. We just topped out a project for Whiting Turner in Purchase, New York. We have two projects awarded with the Michaels Group out of Camden, New Jersey. So that is the class and character of our customer base.
Sure. And what separates you from the others out there, Jerry? I mean, obviously doing the mechanical systems on site is one of them, but you know, what makes your product so unique?
I think it is our scope of work and the completion. If we touch it, we finish it. That's important. I think we're certainly distinctive in the amount of technology we use. I think we're distinctive in our focus solely on multifamily. And importantly, the blueprint method has no design limitations. So literally, if you can build it in lumber, we can build it. So that's an important distinction. There's nothing imputed in our method that constrains the use of the lumber. So we find that to be a distinctive quality.
So here I am, Jerry. I moved from being live on video all the time to now I'm a developer. I hired an architect that came up with all these awesome plans. I watched the Dave Cooper live show and I said, you know what? I want to do business with Jerry. Can I send you my plans? And then is that how it works? And then what do you do with them?
First of all, we want to drag you to the plant and let you see it.
Yeah.
You understand the system. Frankly, it's our best selling tool. The speed, the quality, the execution is best demonstrated with the plant. But then we're going to look at your drawings and give you a general proposal of what we can do. If that resonates with you, then we'll get into the detail, actually scope the work with you, engage your architect, your engineers of record. We are neither the architect of record nor the engineer of record, but we were going to engage with your team, and then we're going to build the building virtually. It's important. We use a platform called Ravizzo. So in real time, we're going to build the building in concert with your architectural and engineering teams to vet out all of the systems, all the conflicts, propose resolutions, come to agreement that this is that we have done that. You sign off on that. We're going to production, and we'll see you on your job site.
That's awesome. So, do you have a system that goes end to end? Like, does that Rivet system talk to the robotics on the floor? How does the manufacturing process work for you guys?
So the model that is created in the Rivet zone, that model is then translated to the macros that drives the machines. We use a couple of different softwares in our production engineering to translate that model to the machines.
Got it. And then that works with the machines, and then the shipping part, then it prints it out, and or I guess I say print it, Blueprint Robotics, but it builds it. And then how many people do you have currently working in the facility now?
So in Baltimore, we're about at 100 total. Population is about 120. We have people in our field locations.
Sure. And the factory size you're currently in is what?
The factory in Baltimore is 200,000 square feet today.
Well, I can tell you, you won't have to drag me there, Jerry. I am going to be showing up. In fact, IWBC is coming up, and you guys are a sponsor of that, and your factory is one of the tours for the Industrialized Wood-Based Conference this year, correct?
We're very excited about that. Look forward to the opportunity to tour as many people as possible through our facility here in Baltimore.
Yeah, well, we're excited about it as well. We do a lot with the IWBC and Arch Simone and that entire group, so I look forward to that, and I think that's awesome that you're going to allow people to come through and see everything that you're doing there. All right, so we got a automated floor cassette wall panel system. You're working in the the multi-family space, so to speak, give or take. You can build on podiums or not on podiums. You're doing the MEPs. You guys are controlling the product build, delivery, and set to include all the mechanicals, systems, and electrical, plumbing, and what have you. I love that. It sounds like things are going really good, because right before the show, you told me you're pretty much booked out through the entire year already.
That's correct. We've had now that we have produced product, it's installed and people can actually see it. We have had a great response, and as I said, the thinking people in the industry are looking for a better way to build. Those macro conditions that I described are pressing on everyone. So we have had the privilege of a very strong growth last year and exceptional growth this year.
Well, congratulations on that. It's super, super important. From a white paper perspective, Jerry, your customers, what are they seeing as far as ROI by working with your system versus how they've been traditionally doing it?
Well, clearly, what they value is the cost certainty. We do our best to ensure that a change order is not in our lexicon. They appreciate the quality. They appreciate that we are a solution to the vagaries of concerns for the construction labor pool, and they like our speed. I mean, we have demonstrated that we can take up to 30% out of a period of our activity, and that translates to real dollars saved for our customers.
Yeah, and that's it. I mean, especially in the world that you're building for, heads on beds or whatever, their apartments or office buildings, whatever the case is, time is super important to get things moving, up and running. And if you're not having change orders and you're not having dumpsters on site, those are big big savings as well. And I think a lot of people are just starting to understand what that value is when you look at the end-to-end value of offsite construction.
Because of our scope, that we have the structural frame, each of the MEP trades, those interfaces are critical. We own that spectrum of activity. So wringing out risk in that activity that represents anywhere from 55 to 65% of the vertical build over the foundation is significant to our customer.
Yeah. I have a question that came in, a LinkedIn user. I'll have to pull it up here, who it was. What type of manufacturing equipment are you using in your facility now?
So the lion's share of our equipment in the plant is home ag equipment, Wyman in particular. As we move forward, you'll see us use more of the Hundegger machines as well as the Wyman machines.
Hundegger and Wyman. All right, that is great. Let's say hi to a couple people that are out in the audience real quick. Hello, Prince. Smile. Read article. Oh, Gary Fleischer called me the Prince, I think, of offsite last week in an article. So thank you for that. Good to see you, Banu. Hope all is well in your world. And then we also have Jerry McCahey, no stranger to this world. Good afternoon from the NRL Isle. Really looking forward to this interview with Jerry. I don't know, Jerry. Do you know Jerry?
We know each other at a distance.
Yeah.
And have chatted a couple of times.
Yeah, perfect. Well, I'll tell you what, both of you would have a lot to talk about. I guarantee it. Aaron Furman, I really hope that we're going to learn how Jerry went from West Point in the U.S. Army into this current role. I think he touched on that a little bit. And then we also got Magdalena Murphy. Good afternoon from PA. Very interested in the subject. Thank you, Dave. All right. So, Jerry, I love the fact that we're doing panelized. You're using automation. You're taking things to a next level. One of the things that I've learned recently with what you've been doing is you've been focusing on high performance.
That is correct. We have a particular expertise in passive construction.
And so, I mean, I think this is great. And how did you get the expertise in passive construction?
So we're privileged to have engineering offices both outside of Munich and in the UK. And that we do that to attract timber engineers. Yep. It happens to be that those engineers are schooled in the method that Blueprint employs. So but they, as well as giving us that access, they give us significant insights into building science. So we were attracted to the idea of passive construction. Several customers came to us asking if we could build it. We were able to do that. We have that expertise in-house now. So that's really how we got there.
Yeah. Which is great because you know what, this is where the world is headed, right? With passive construction, and the fact that you're building it into your system is another value add to the stakeholders that are running and operating these buildings.
It's certainly easier to achieve the details and the quality required of passive when you do it in a controlled environment. So and doing it within the Blueprint method just makes it all the easier.
Well, you get the quality control. I say it all the time. I know Jerry McCahey says it all the time. You can't cut a 2x4 across the toe of your boot 1,000 times with accuracy on a job site. It just doesn't happen. And that's where the quality comes in. Perfect. So let's move on. Now, you're already booked out, right, for the year in this facility. Now you're expanding, and we're going to play a quick little video here of this expansion, and then we want to talk about it. So I'm going to add this to the stream, and then we'll get into it. What do you say?
Thank you.
So now we're adding to your capabilities, right? So not only are you building a new facility, but you're adding more components to what you're building, which is adding to your capabilities of what you can do to offer more value to your clients, or the stakeholders that are using your system. Why don't you tell us a little bit about how this came about?
So in addition to expanding our production capacity for our traditional product, the Windsor plant will bring us two new significant capabilities. Over the past 6 to 8 months, we have installed 3 buildings in the District of Columbia where we employed cross-laminated timber cores in lieu of concrete masonry unit cores. That is to say that we built the elevator shafts and the egress staircases out of CLT. We were able to engineer that and we installed that, but we had to have it fabricated in Western Europe and literally shipped to our plant in Baltimore. The new plant in Windsor will provide us with the capability to fabricate CLT for our purposes in that plant. And then secondly, we do some mass timber installations, generally ancillary to our core product. But the new plant in Windsor will give us fabrication capabilities as well with mass timber. So you will see us bringing significantly new capability to the U.S. mass timber market as part of our Windsor plant.
That's great. So congratulations on that. I said it before the show too, when you started talking about replacing, the cores, for the elevators and for the stairwell accesses. How many people in the United States are using CLT for stuff like this? I mean, you got to be one of the first, because I've seen it overseas, but I have not seen it here before.
I don't know how many are doing it. All I know is that we think it's a terrific solution. We're replacing a very heavy carbon footprint product with a carbon sequestrant product.
Yeah.
We're doing it at a level of quality that is superior, and we're doing it much, much faster. We can take 8 to 10 on a 4 or 5 story multifamily building. We can take 8 to 10 weeks out of the construction schedule just as a function of replacing the concrete masonry cores with CLT.
And how large can these CLTs be, the panels?
We install them at 1.5 floors as we go up, but they're typically 8 feet wide, and they're literally installed as we proceed with our traditional installation.
Sure. And this new facility is going to be 450,000 square feet, which gives you what, 650,000 square feet of production capabilities with both plants now?
That is correct. Importantly, the plant in Windsor will also be made out of mass timber and CLT. So this will be the largest mass timber CLT production industrial building in North America.
The largest in North America. So, and where are you going to get the CLT to build the CLT plant?
So our partner in this is Binderholz.
Yeah.
We are a customer and partner with Binderholz in our current business. This is just an extension of that. So we're very pleased to have them as trade partners.
Sure. And then in the new factory, you mentioned that it's going to have some of the most latest advanced robotics and automation technology. Can you elaborate a little bit?
We're getting the CLT fabrication machine. The PBA will be it is the new state-of-the-art Humdinger machine. The material handling dimensions of the HOMAG and Weinmann machines are advanced, state-of-the-art. So it's definitely a step up from where we are in Baltimore, just because it's the next generation of machines. But Weinman, Homag, Stiles have all been trusted partners of ours for a long time now, and we look forward to extending that and bringing into the fold Hundinger. This will be the first significant relationship that we've had with Hundinger, and we're very much looking forward to that.
Yeah, great. Well, good. I like Hundinger as well, and Steve and Simpson. I know they're all combined doing some partnerships together, so that's great. I also know a mutual a friend, or I should say colleague for you, or a partner for you, Siga as well, was talking about what you guys are doing, you know, and how you're taking it to the next level, because they're really big into passive.
So Martin Lettenmeyer and myself had the privilege of visiting Siga in their headquarters just about 6 weeks ago. They are a significant trade partner with us, along with Rotoblast, along with others that we mentioned in the video. Important, they do great work. Their technology is superior, and they're terrific in helping us develop improved solutions for the delivery of their product.
Yeah, I'm assuming if you went there, did you go in the lab? Did they make you stand on the sticky stuff and so you could see how strong it was?
We were in the lab. We were in the production facility. Very impressive.
Yeah.
They just do a terrific job.
Yeah, perfect. I love it. So let's go to a couple quick comments here while we got it coming in. Mark Willie, no stranger. Blueprint Robotics, thank you for committing to offsite construction with the inclusion of building science principles, mass timber, and passive house certifications. Hashtag this is the way. You must have been watching Star Wars or something, Mark. This is the way. Thank you for sharing your growth and direction on today's show. Well, appreciate you, Mark. And for all you out there, Mark's co-host with me on Fridays for our BS Friday show. I don't know what we're on. He'll know exactly. I think 3 years, never missed a Friday yet. So one of these days, we're going to have to take a vacation, Mark. My goodness. Demita Chavez, carbon sequestration versus carbon footprint reduced 8 to 10 weeks construction time. So, yeah, for sure. Note mass timber plus CLT. You know, Jerry, I mean, this is a great time, I think, for expansion of CLT and mass timber products, for one. So I think the timing for this is great. I also think that, you know, the world's really starting to wake up when it comes to, you know, understanding, you know, how we can build it better, how we can reduce the carbon footprint, and the materials that we can use, especially CLT and mass timber. There's a lot of misconceptions out there from past that are people are really starting to understand what's true about it today. And I think that's a really, really big value. On top of that, it's beautiful.
I totally agree with you. The industry is recognizing that we have to do it better. Building science is an important dimension of what we should be doing. And we're finding that people are welcoming the idea that we're bringing new approaches, new products, and new techniques to the marketplace.
Yeah. So out of the new facility, talk to me a little bit about what will be your range that you can service as far as developers once the other facility's up?
So we believe that the operating radii for our plants is in the just about 300-mile range. That's less a function of transportation. Transportation for us is a smaller part of our puzzle, but it's certainly a function of the extension of management. So we find it best to operate at about a 300-mile radii.
300-mile radius. In the new facility, how many new team members will you be able to put to work up in Connecticut?
Just about the same number, about 125.
That's great. That's great. And you're not far from Bradley Airport if somebody wanted to just jump in and jump out to see you, right?
We're literally 5 minutes from Bradley, which was a big selling point for the Windsor site. But both terrific access to the 91 corridor, great access to Bradley, and importantly, a industrial heritage in the greater Hartford area.
Yeah. Well, Hartford and Connecticut, I lived there for several years, and I think it's interesting because there's over the years when I was in Connecticut, there were so many companies leaving, because of some of the transportation access, with modulars. That was a big thing at that time. You guys going to Connecticut for this, can you talk a little bit about how you worked with the state for what you're doing?
So first of all, we were attracted to the Northeast. One, because of the significant pro green building emphasis in New York State, Massachusetts, Connecticut. We secured a site search with JLL, looked at 19 plus sites, and came to the Windsor site as a function of those things that I just described.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad to see that. You're absolutely right. They are big on energy efficiency, passive builds, and I think it's a great location just because the access from where you're at, right outside of Hartford. I mean, you can go east, west, north, south, very easy, and I think that's super. Yep. Jerry, what haven't I touched on that you really want people to know about? Blueprint. Are you hiring? Anybody out there need a job? I guess you guys are looking to fill that facility, right?
We certainly will be commencing our hiring for the new plant. We're probably about 5 or 6 months out on that, but we continue to attract good talent to Baltimore. As you're aware, we've built out our senior management team over the past year, and very excited about the prospects that brings.
Yeah, well, I'm excited to continue to watch you grow. You continue to put all your, time, effort, and your personal resources into making this industry better, and I think you should be commended for that. So, thank you very much.
You're very kind. Thank you for the time.
You're very welcome. All right, listen, everybody. That is Jerry Smalley, Blueprint Robotics, and their new facility getting ready to open up in Connecticut. Is the new facility going to be Blueprint Robotics as well?
Absolutely.
So expansion. We're seeing a lot of it in this industry today. So super excited about that. All right, listen, everybody, if you haven't been watching our channel, go there and subscribe. We definitely appreciate you on our YouTube channel. It makes a big difference for us. And also make sure you join us this Wednesday. We're going to have QB Technologies on. That's right. This Wednesday, April 12th, QB Technologies, 1 p.m. Eastern. You're not going to want to miss this one. New technology on how we're building, so you want to definitely check it out. Jerry, don't go anywhere. I'll come back to you after the outro here. But everybody else out there, listen, it's Monday. That means you got 4.5 more days to build it better. Get out there and do something, because that's what we need to do, not only for ourselves, but for the future and the future of the kids of this world and everything else. It's time we build it better. My name's Dave Cooper. Thanks for watching. Jerry, hang tight. We'll be right back, Joe. What an amazing show. Thank you to all of our sponsors for helping us to continue to bring all of these innovative conversations to all of you out there. Please visit them, see what they have to offer you. And as always, subscribe to the YouTube channel and ring that bell. It would mean the world to us. I'm Dave Cooper. Thanks for watching.